Introduce a gentleman that I've been communicating with for the last couple weeks about pensions, about the debt of the state of New Jersey, and this gentleman's going to share a wealth of information with us. His name is John Berry. He's a pension actuary. He runs a company called Berry and Associates. He's a Union County blogger and also a watchdog, and his website is berrypensions.com. So ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce Mr. John Berry.
Hi. Yeah, I'm also the one recording this. And I would recommend anybody record. I do this at Union County freeholder meetings, and the stuff we find, I mean, you just don't realize it. You know, what they say a year ago and then completely go back. I mean, to have it on tape is wonderful. Well, my 5 minutes, I pretty much want to dedicate to a handout I have there. Starting out with property taxes. New Jersey has the highest property taxes in the nation, easily. This was done a couple years ago, and they average $6,500. The next closest is Connecticut, around $4,700. But a better measure is, well, New Jersey is a high, you know, the whole area. It's inflated, the prices. So the better measure is the percentage of a home's value. And that comes to New Jersey, again, is number one at 1.89%. Now that's, next closest is like New Hampshire with 1.86%, but New Hampshire has no sales tax and no corporate tax. So property taxes have been a problem in New Jersey for years. And the solutions have been even worse. That is, income tax dedicated to property taxes, raising the sales tax. And I've been following local government, specifically Union County government, for 4 years now. Details of the budget, the annual financial notice, everything, campaign records. And I see the problem as a dysfunctional service provider system. The county, and if you look at campaign records, you could see who's giving to the money to the freeholder campaigns and who's getting it back in no-bid contracts. It seems pretty obvious after you go through all the stuff they put in the budget, and it's something they try to hide, but it's there. So you've got a dysfunctional system that they've been putting money into, and just it's going to get wasted again. Now, a recent step, and maybe it's not that recent, it was like started 10 years ago, is debt. They are not paying for everything. These highest in the nation property taxes should be doubled. Now there are three main things that they're putting off. The biggest is pensions. Everybody's got one, a defined benefit pension plan that's pretty much working for the government gets one. And that's not the case in the private sector. Everybody's been tricked into 401k plans. But defined benefit plans are there, and New Jersey is a special case, and not in a good way. Other states are making their contributions. Stocks in California is probably going to go bankrupt because they have to make their contributions. In New Jersey, it's been routine to either do pension obligation bonds, outright not pay. Like Chris Christie 2 years ago, we're not putting in $3.1 billion. What are you going to do about it? And there are also the internal things on the actuarial calculations. There is no oversight of public pension plans. Private plans are reviewed by the government. The IRS looks at them, PBGC, there are all these people who look at pension plans. And the recent laws actually have tightened up the rules. Like when I started in this field, which is pension actuaries like 25 years ago, we had some discretion as to what interest rate to use, what mortality to use, and we abused that discretion, so they took it away from us with the Pension Protection Act of '06. I have to use an interest rate that the government tells me to use, and it's like below 5%. These rules never apply to public plans. So the gimmicks that are in these numbers are just mind-boggling. And it's all to keep the contributions low. Now, the second part is OPEBs. And this is more critical to the politicians because you can't play games with them because there is no OPEB fund. Those are other post-employment benefits. Basically, they're retiree health benefits. Rather than giving someone a higher salary, you say, okay, we'll pay your health care for life. And that actually happened in Union County just last year. They haven't been giving salary increases, so they bumped up how much they were giving in employee benefits. Now that brings you into the whirlwind of health insurance companies. And those premiums keep going up. They're not subject to any debt cap, and those are huge numbers. Plus, it's for life. I mean, someone retires after 25 years, you have to keep paying their health premiums forever, as long as they live. There's Medicare that comes into it, but that is a huge number. New Jersey is number one in that, in dollar figures, not percentage. California has a lot more retirees, but New Jersey, it varies between roughly 60 to 68 billion is what they place it at, but it's not an exact science. That number is higher than any other state in the union, even states with more people. That is the employee retiree benefits they promised, and they keep promising. The third aspect is a little more complicated. I'm not going to get into detail, but it's debt. And this took me a while, because the first two I know pensions, I know healthcare, I do valuations on these things, so it was obvious to me. But the Rube Goldberg mechanism they've set up for debt is amazing. They don't, because there are places like the Open Space Tax Fund, improvement authorities, where debt is not counted. And on the county level, school districts, voters get a choice on debt. On the county level, I think on the municipal level also, they could go and put up a golf clubhouse on a whim. I mean, and they go through the improvement authority, and the voters don't get any say on it. And if taxes aren't an issue, if you're in a place where the Democrats always win or the Republicans always win, then there's no pushback. They could do whatever they want. So debt has exploded. I did a study. In Union County, it's officially $556 million. Their budget is $500 million. But they don't count improvement authority debt, and they build constantly on there. And what I see is if they build, they pay people. They use employees. And those people, those vendors, make campaign contributions. So there's a little cycle. I mean, that's actually how it comes out. Now, it's not a eureka moment, but when I've looked at annual financial notices, the statements and all that for years now. First being, these things are 200-300 pages. They're actually Stockton, California budget is 412 pages. And it's got some amazing things in there. So it's daunting. But after a while, it kind of kicks in. So now I look at a budget that's 200 pages and I say, well, where's the detail? I mean, now it kind of makes sense to me. And on April 23rd in Cranford, I'll be doing a presentation on pretty much what I found. It's, if you've never used PowerPoint, it's a tremendous tool. And it'll be all PowerPoint, and basically, in the time, it will take an hour and a half, I'll make the connection. Employee contributions, candidates, and building, and it gets us to where we are now, which is basically broke. I mean, New Jersey is in pretty much, I'd say Illinois, California, they say are worse, but when you look at the internals of New Jersey, it just doesn't work. New Jersey New Jersey is defaulting. Chris Christie recently took away cost of living adjustments, which is, it's amazing. I mean, you're a public employee, it's in your handbook that you get cost of living adjustments, and now he said you're not getting them. I mean, that's when I see New Jersey actually going under, when a judge who's actually affected by this rules that you can't do that. And New Jersey has to come up with, I don't know, by that time, 10, 15 billion dollars, and they don't have it, and that's when they go bankrupt. But the property taxes, as high as they are, aren't the problem. It's the people who are getting the property taxes and wasting it, literally wasting it. That's the problem, and that's what we have to solve. And on my part, this is what's happening. If it's okay with everybody, then fine, we can go on from there. But it really, what's going on with the debt, with the pensions, and actuaries are to blame for this. I mean, they really should be stepping up and saying, pay your money. If not, tell the people you're going to renege later on. That's what's going to sink New Jersey, and it's going to sink it very soon. Okay, thank you.